Good afternoon, everyone, and it's Monday after the second Sunday of Easter, or Divine Mercy Sunday, and I hope all of you had a chance to pray that wonderful chaplet of the Divine Mercy that was promulgated by Sister Faustina back in the 1930s, and then emphasized by St. John Paul II at the canonization Mass of Sister Faustina. So we had a nice little devotion up here yesterday at 3 o'clock, and I encourage you all to think about praying that on a regular basis every afternoon around 3. It's been over a month now that we've been on sort of a lockdown here in Baltimore, and I know that people are getting a little stir crazy right now, and I especially pray for the moms and dads having to be a little bit more patient with the extra time they're finding with their children and the education that they have to help them with. But there seem to be signs that that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, because up in New York the number of cases is declining a little bit. It's flattening anyhow, and Governor Cuomo is even volunteering to give about 400 of his machines away to anybody who needs them. So New York is slowing down, and other states have as well. And there are some places that they seem to be opening up because there is not much in the way of contagion in these areas. And as a matter of fact, the Archdiocese of Baltimore is going to be having some Zoom meetings with the Archbishop and the priests of the Archdiocese this week to talk about the process of reopening the churches. Don't know when, don't know where, don't know how, but at least we're talking about it. So that's a good sign. But at least the conversation has begun. In the meantime, we need to, and I know it's hard, but we need to try to continue to abide by the guidelines and the restrictions that the governor has placed upon us here in the state of Maryland. Let us try to develop, in the meantime, that most difficult of all the Christian virtues, the virtue of patience. Patience is not one that is very easily acquired. It's something that we all want, and of course we want it right now, but that's not the definition of patience. So in the meantime, let us pray for that. Let us pray for one another. Let us pray for those suffering from the effects of the coronavirus, those who are currently suffering, those who have died as a result of it, and those of the family members who have to deal with the grief of losing a loved one or nursing a loved one back to health. And of course, we have to keep our prayers going for those who are on the front lines, our first responders, our doctors, our nurses, our IMTs, and also for the police and firefighters trying to keep the public safe. Hopefully, in the not too distant future, we'll all be able to gather back here in God's house around his altar to celebrate the Eucharist and come back together as God's family here at St. Jane Frances. God bless you. I continue to pray for you. I hope you're praying for me and for all of the others here at St. Jane Frances and our parish. God bless. God take. Be safe.